Alright, we're having a rough morning. Well, not really rough. We're not really having breakdowns and stuff. Just this damn file's had it. I pitched my last one. It was junk too. Having a rough time getting started. I got to think about a funny thing. I'm just going to share this with you guys. Just a little funny thing. Now, I'm Generation X. I'm actually the last year. I think I'm the last year Generation X. I'm 79, maybe 80 was the last year or something like that. Anyways, I was telling my nephew this a while back. You hear all the Generation Y kids, they talk about, well, yeah, we're not a good generation, blah, 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 blah. You hear them talk about, get over it. Every generation before the generation that gets to working when they're young, they all bitch about them. So, get your confidence back and shake it off. But, now my wife, she's Generation Y, and Stevie's Generation Y, and I ain't really got beef with Generation Y. I think y'all's great. I think you're smart, you're quick-witted, pick up on things quick, and you ain't got baggage. It seems like the previous generations, we all got baggage. Y'all don't seem to have baggage. But I will say this. There's one thing I always get on mommy about. Drives me up the wall. And everybody from Generation Y, I hear it from every one of y'all. Whatever. What? What is whatever? Every time I get, Stevie gets it. We'll have a whatever war. Like Stevie will whatever me and all. So we all try to get the last whatever. So it's what? No, I said whatever first. Whatever to you. No, whatever. No, I say whatever. What is whatever? What the hell is whatever supposed to be? I don't get the whatever. That's the only thing. All the stuff that everybody else is on all the older generations that complain about Generation Y. That's my problem with Generation Y is whatever. Whatever? Whatever? No, whatever, man. Whatever. 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 That drives me nuts. So out of all the stuff of Generation Y, that's the one thing that does drive me nuts. Why is that? Did I miss it? Did I miss one? Sure did. This file, there's just a little bit left on the end of it. There. Am I there? You're good enough. Now for the fun part. Yes, I know there's people on here gonna be like, man, that stone grind my shit, man. I ain't stopping for that fair or fair, man. I don't care, man. Man, that's stupid. That's all I ever done is hand file. When I hand file, I can see it all, feel it all. I just like hand. When I get older and I can't see no more, I'll probably go to stone ground. But while I can still see, I'm hand filing. I just feel comfortable hand filing. Don't gotta make a big deal about chains and packing chains around with me. I just put an edge on it and I'm done. If I say you pack 3 chains or 5 chains with you or whatever, or pack 1 and it's on the bar. I actually got 1 inside behind the cab. But that comes out for emergencies. I like it. If I hit a piece of metal or something, or a rock. But topping with this thing ain't as bad as what y'all's out there cutting with them is. I can pick up a little and don't get in the rocks. Hey. The part I like about it, here, I'll show you. Let me get you in there. Focus on the tool. Let me get in there and see I've cheated and tried to use I keep a grinder with me, but I just keep it for, let's see, I got a little back. This here's, I'm just cutting my, want to come down with my grinder. I get feathering down here and I just kind of back. So that's what that is that you're seeing on the edge here. But now as far as this stuff here, a little bit of a burr there. I don't know. That's the way I like it. It's a chainsaw chain. Oh, I'm on the wrong tooth. There. It's a chainsaw chain. I treat it like a chainsaw chain. And I like it like that. And there's Stevie's little back cut on the back of the tooth for the chip evacuation. But I like it like that. I do. I can break my finger across and cut my finger open like it. You know, I don't know. And with the gauge and stuff, you can get your smoothness. I don't have a problem with smoothness. You know, as long as I'm using a drag gauge. I just got it on my key. Mitchell. It's a modified drag gauge. I made that from an old chainsaw gauge with a grinder and cutting wheel and stuff. Whatever. Anyways, so back to Generation Y, the whatevers. That's what I have trouble with, so whatever. That drives me at the wall. And now that Stevie and Ann, all of them knows it, they all whatever me all the time. Whatever, Wade, whatever. Ah, whatever. If it got hit and dinged, I'll take that grinder to it, get all the rough out with the grinder, and then come back with my file. So here, I'll set you. There, can you see? I use my grinder on it. Can you see? Where you at? I can't tell where you're at. I can't tell where you can see and where you can't see. So then, I'll rough it in with the grinder. And come back in with the other. Get them burrs. Oh, she's looking good. Ooh, nice. Oh, she's a beaut. She's a beaut, Clark. Just never got into stone grinding. I know some people, I think Buck and Billy Ray does some stone grinding. He's probably a guy that really, I just never got into it. If I was just cutting, I was taking it real serious, I bet I could get into stone grinding and doing some stony grind things, but so much of what I'm doing is in the tree extraction and hauling and just everything. So it's hard for me to stick one zone and get really, really good at it because of covering too many fields. Got a bird coming up there. And what this keeps me from doing is when I get home, I don't have to grind, chain, and stuff. Usually I put an edge on about once a day, topping. If I'm bucking up in the yard 2 to 3 times a day. If I'm bucking up in the yard, I'll just use the grinder and freehand it with that DeWalt, and that'd be good enough for bucking in the yard. You can get it good with that for bucking in the yard, I think. I just like the hand file to give it that nice polished edge. It just seems like when you hand file, you can put that polish on it. Slides that stuff out of there better. But that's opinion, I guess. I can't consider that a fact. One thing it is a fact, though, she's definitely polished. She's definitely smooth. And I've said it before in other filing videos. Get that oil out of that tooth. Don't ever drag that file through that tooth if there's oil on it. It just kills the file. When you're filing, you want it dry as a bone. Ooh, that looks good. I like doing the grinder in the file. And it's opinion again, I guess. But that grinder, I can put a little bit of steeper angle down inside that tooth to pull that chip, sling it down out of there. And then the edge where the cutting's done, I can get that shallower angle with the file. That keeps the edge, you know, that holds its edge longer instead of, you know, when you sharpen it steep with the grinder, you got that extra, that wear wears quicker, you know. You blunt it up a little bit more with this file, so the edge is doing the cutting is the right geometry to stand up the test of time. But then that extra in there is for that evacuation to get that chip out of there that the grinder puts in it. Love it. Love it. Oh, we're done. See, that wasn't that bad. I want to retouch that one. I actually stuck that gauge up on there. See, I sharpened these teeth. Then I stuck that drag gauge up on them and knocked a little blunt off the top of them. So I'm filing that back out. That my drag gauge put in some of these teeth, because I had like 6-8 teeth in before I realized I needed to do my drags. Oh yeah. And I hope them guys ain't getting around my butt. I hope they didn't get that other side done. If they have, I'm gonna have to pick up shop. I still gotta grease this thing. And you can tell when your edge ain't just perfect, because when you got the perfect edge on there, hey, there's not any shiny. You can't see the edge. When you dull it down, when you blunt it up anywhere, just any spot of the cutting edge of it, you'll see some reflection in it. You'll see some shine on it. When you got that just the right knife's edge, you can't see that shine. This baby is sharp enough to shave. Alrighty, time to get to work.